Hello friends, this is Sai Fanindra from SQL School, and today let's understand few important and technical highlights about data science in general and our data science training course in particular from SQL School. And before we start up, let me introduce myself. Well, over 12 years of technical expertise, completely on SQL Server and the related technical areas like development, administration, MSBA, and right now into business analysis. And since my first job at Microsoft as an FTE full-time employee back in the year 2005, I have been into data and database over all these years, more than a decade, and being certified since 2007 as a database developer and data analyst. I assure you my complete exposure and experience on the technology to put in a proper place and make the things easy, understandable, comfortable, at the same time useful for your actual job work. I assure you about the complete quality of our training services. And now let's start our actual concept, the data science. Well, here we go, friends. What exactly data science mean? Well, it's all about the science of data. What does it mean? Yes, on my screen. Data science is about, as per the Wikipedia, data science, the technical term, is about understanding the data, working with data, playing with data, talking to data. Now, in data science, as a data scientist, the job role indicates visualizations, reporting, statistical modeling using specific languages, statistical computing using specific languages, and data technology using specific tools like ETL tools and data research, data consulting operations, and real world application integration, and proven scientific methods and algorithms that can be enforced in a careful way to get the actual output, nothing but again visualizations, reports, dashboards. Well, so what exactly data scientists do then? Keeping aside all these technical terms, what exactly the data science people will do? Well, when it comes to the data science, let's understand slowly, step by step, what exactly they do before we start with our actual course curriculum. Well, so here it is. The agenda for today. Let's understand what is data, what is data science, then what actually the data scientists do in real world, how to implement data science, and what about the Microsoft data science and the certifications involved exclusively for Microsoft data science implementations and certifications, our course plans, and the schedules including the timings. Let's start now. First, item number 1. What is actually data? On my screen. To understand the things in an easier way and to save time, I got my notes ready. Let's put it step by step. Now let's understand what is data. And the next one, what is data science? Well, to put the things in easier and simple format, on my screen now, what is data and what is data science? Data, raw facts, processed or unprocessed. I mean, maybe meaningful or not. For example, for example, there is a term called, say, for example, there is something, a term called M. Well, assume there is a, say, a term called M. What exactly M means? This M may be representing married males, see there, married males, or gender M, or it may be married, unmarried, marital status M. It can be anything, or an alphabet M, right? Now, process data means, for example, there are 10 participants in the class. There are 10 participants in the class with this particular gender M. I mean, in the first example, just M, which has no meaning by itself. But when used in conjunction, when used in combination with other relevant terms, nouns and verbs, it becomes more meaningful. Now, data science, a data-driven science. Yes, a science which is driven and which is always controlled by data. It's all about data. A step-by-step process, a mechanism to extract or read data, to visualize data, to understand the visualizations, perform something called as deep learning, meaning to get hidden trends of your data. And we'll be taking good amount of examples on this in our course with a nice proven algorithms, implement artificial intelligence programs, complex calculations, and also cloud-based storage, reporting, and analytic operations with IoT, Internet of Things. Now, well, I understand we are very new and we got some technical jargon slowly. No worries, in our course, we'll be understanding step by step, one by one, all these terms with examples. Now comes, just we got some idea now. What is data? Raw facts. What is data science? A process, a mechanism for reading, visualizing, and calculating and reporting, analysis, storage with good amount of operations on IoT, Internet of Things technologies. With this information, what exactly the data scientists will do? Let's see. They get the data. They extract the data from different varieties of sources like database sources, non-database sources, social or files or websites, whatever. And they perform data visualizations, data reporting, and dashboards. Well, again, dashboards are a special type of reports which are ready for end user access. In general, in visualization terms, in reporting tools, we derive dashboards out of reports. I repeat, we derive dashboards out of reports, especially one of our component in data science, Power BI. In Power BI, we are going to report dashboards. I mean, we are going to derive dashboards and give it to the customers. You design the reports and give it as dashboard. Now, embedding reports into applications using machine learning like Python or Azure machine learning components. And also to perform predictive problems, to solve common predictive problems of data, test analytics, spatial data analysis, spatial data integration, image processing, and time series forecasting. Yes, playing with time, say based on time. Say last year sales, this year sales. What about next year sales? Forecasts. based on time. For example, last weekend and before last weekend, the sales are really good. I got some 20% high sales compared to the normal business days. Then let me have some better staffing for the next coming weekends also. Because I have been doing a small mistake of having a skeleton staffing, lesser number of staff at my office. But after seeing some increase in sales, after seeing some increase in happy customers in our business, let me include or induct more staff over the weekends as well. Yes, business decisions, strategic business decisions out of understanding the data and, if required, forecasting the data. Now, how do you implement it? Well, here it is, friends. When it comes to the implementation model for data science, well, so here we go on my screen, number 4. How to implement data science? Number 1, data. Number 2, data science. Number 3, what actually data scientists do. Number 4, how to implement data science. Well, using one or more technologies. Yes, here it is. Using one or more technologies, we need to perform below operations: predictive analysis, SQL and NoSQL database access and working with databases, search and knowledge discovery, and stream analytics, where we see continuous data operations, continuous input of real-time data and analysis. We say the real-time analytic operations, in-memory data traffic or data fabric operations, and distributed file stores, which involves different formats of data across different environments. For example, I got some data in Google Drive, some other data in Microsoft OneDrive, and some more data in my Samsung app on my mobile. I would like to integrate all these three together. How do I do that? Distributed file storage. And we got data virtualization operations, cloud, data integration operations, communications, extraction, and data preparation and automation operations. And above all, data quality services. Now, with this information, well, we understood now how to implement, but where to implement? I said one or more technologies. Yes, one such beautiful technology to implement data science is SQL Server. Yes, you heard it right. With the latest versions of SQL Server, version number 2017 and higher, we got nice data science components. Let me show you straight on my screen. Well, we shall take care of your lab anyway. We got both physical lab, both on-premise installation lab as well as virtual labs, both available in our course. And if you take SQL Server installation, there are specific machine learning server installations. That machine learning can be, the machine learning server can be installed on a Windows or a Linux machine used by data scientists, mainly for analysis operations. And we can also work with SQL Server Machine Learning Services Client. We say SSMLS, Machine Learning Services Client. And during installation of SQL Server, No worries about all these environment, friends. We'll be taking it right from scratch anyway. For now, just to get some idea, during installation of SQL Server, once you accept licensing terms, we see a small screen, a small option to select the core machine learning components and data science components. And those include, let's wait, we'll be getting the next screen so that I can show you the actual practical components using which we can implement data science with SQL Server. Here we go. Database engine that requires SQL and machine learning services. So here it is, the machine learning services that includes R and Python. These two are the major machine learning services part of our course. And Polybase, which is mainly for Hadoop integration, part of our course. And down you see machine learning server. Well, this machine learning server is mainly used for data scientists, mainly for big data analytics, data modeling, and other operations with easy to use and user friendly techniques and calculations. Now, yes, friends, remember from SQL Server 2017, we got full integration, full support for all data science components. And next, apart from SQL Server on-premise or non-cloud environment, we do have cloud environment, that is Microsoft Azure. Yes, in Microsoft Azure, this is my our Microsoft Azure account, SQL School. But anyway, in our course, we require Azure to implement most of the data science components, and will be providing you the required virtual lab and other environment for your required practice. We'll do it. So no worries about the tools or the components now. Let's understand the basic overview. Add. There are good number of data plus analytic operations, Hadoop Insight, machine learning experimentations, and machine learning with stream analytics jobs, Databricks, Power BI, and other information, including say artificial intelligence and cognitive services. That includes again data science virtual machines and machine learning model management and IoT, Internet of Things, like IoT hub, device provisioning, time series, stream analysis, and so on. Now, well, for example, we have say artificial intelligence and cognitive services, say data science virtual machine, and you are done. You would be getting a virtual machine that contains all data science components. Then what we do next? Once we have this data science component, one such data science virtual machine I have with me for our actual course over here. So virtual machine, SQL School. And what next? I'll start the service or I'll start the machine and you can connect to our virtual lab directly. The SQL School virtual lab from anywhere in the world. From there, you can just from anywhere you can connect to our virtual lab directly and start to practice the machine learning or other components. That's the power of Azure Microsoft Cloud. I mean, literally no installations required, without any installations on your computer, you can start to practice from our virtual lab with just a small remote desktop connection, and will be giving you the required IP address. Next. So you'll be given the relevant IP address, and using IP address you can connect to our virtual lab and start the practice part. Yes, here we go. The reason for telling all these friends, please be informed. Please be informed. The data science requires good amount of practice. And it's our responsibility to ensure correct lab access environment. We'll do it. And what does this data science course includes? I'm showing you earlier about SQL Server setup. And then I'm showing you about Azure for different virtualizations and cloud components. Then what exactly our course includes? From Microsoft official data science program or Microsoft professional program, from official Microsoft website, we see these components. Total of 8 different skills we need to get to be ourselves a data scientist. TSQL, then Microsoft Excel, Power BI, Python or Azure Machine Learning, Hadoop Insight and Spark. What are these? Well, back. Let's understand what exactly each of the components mean. Well, so here we go. So on my screen now, what is Microsoft Data Science? Yes, here it is, friends. Microsoft Data Science involves SQL Server, a database technology from Microsoft. The same SQL Server technology I was showing you on my screen with the required data science components, the core competency machine learning in database operations, Transact SQL language for database communications, Power BI with artificial intelligence and data reporting platform, Python, a machine learning language for powerful data storage and manipulations, and it's always about self-analysis, or another machine learning language for data analysis, and statistical computations, mainly for deep learning or time series predictions, so on. Next. With this information, Azure Machine Learning, a GUI based and integrated development environment in Microsoft Azure Cloud, and it is mainly used for constructing, operationalizing both machine learning workflow in my MS Azure as well as on-premise, say non-cloud environments. Hadoop Insight. Azure Hadoop Insight is a fully managed cloud service. Faster, easy, and effective process for big data operations. Any operations in big data we can perform using this Hadoop Insight. And Spark, open source, parallel processing. Similar to Hadoop Insight, Spark also works with big data operations for machine learning. This Azure ML, Azure Machine Learning, Hadoop Insight, and Spark are completely cloud-based. Python and R are languages that can work with either on-premise, SQL Server, or cloud. And Power BI is a data visualization tool to work with again on-premise, non-cloud, as well as big data cloud. So Microsoft has made the things like clear-cut, easy to understand and easy to implement approach that really helps us a lot in our career options. Well, so far we understood, friends. Item number one, what is data? Number two, data science. Number 3, what actually we do as data scientists. Number 4, implementation areas, technical jargons, some basic level. And then we understood what is data science. Now, with this information, let's understand, friends, where to start with and how to start with. Well, before we proceed, for Microsoft data science implementations, there are specific certifications available. Here it is, friends. 7761 certification paper, querying data with SQL Server TSQL. 7778, visualizations and reporting analysis big data analytics with Power BI. 7779, Microsoft Excel. And 7773, analyzing big data with Microsoft R. That includes R, machine learning and big data. And 7774, performing cloud-based data science operations with Azure machine learning. That includes Python, machine learning and big data operations. And next, number 7. Here we go, our actual course plans. But before we proceed, remember the last 2 certifications are mainly for R, machine learning, big data and Python operations. Our course plan includes 2 different categories. We separated first 3 certifications for business analyst role and data scientist role, both business analyst and data scientist, and remaining 2 mainly for machine learning and core data scientist. Accordingly, you got 2 plans in our course. Plan A, SQL, TSQL, big data, Power BI and Excel. And the job roles, target job roles are business analyst as well as data scientist. Plan B, it includes again business analyst and data scientist, but say a senior level with more amount of machine learning and R and Azure, Hadoop Insight, etc. Now with this information, let's have a look at the course plans on my screen. Here we go, friends. Coming to our actual course plans. Plan A, and for this plan A, you need to invest about 1.5 months and daily classes, weekly 6 days, daily classes, 1.5 months, with data science basics, to SQL basics, SQL Server basics, big data and Power BI with Excel. I mean, we'll carefully follow the Microsoft Academy program gearing towards your certifications, TSQL, Excel and Power BI, first plan. Next, and with this 1.5 month course, you'll be calling yourself a business analyst. We shall be guiding you carefully for your resumes for both business analyst as well as data scientist roles, along with interview questions, certification material and complete guidance for your jobs. And plan B, a total of 5 months course, including this 1.5 month course, total 5 months, that includes machine learning, Python, R and Azure machine learning, and continued data access with big data analytics, Hadoop Insight and Spark. And one thing friends, as mentioned at the start of our class today, the sessions would be completely practical and real time. Hence, let's be serious with our learning process. I mean, we need to practice on time. That's the only thing we request from you. And the rest will take care. The rest of the things will take care. And what we do as a data scientist in our course. Yes, as mentioned earlier, you got different streams. SQL, SQL Server, Transact SQL, Power BI, Python, R, Azure Machine Learning, Hadoop Insight, and Spark. Though they are all included in my notes earlier, just want to give you again a small heads up. So hence I got them again with bit of colors. SQL, the base, the boss. From there we got SQL Server and Transact SQL. Required for data analysis, data virtualizations, and Excel, Power BI and Excel. Then we shall go for Python, R, machine learning, Insight and Spark, completely cloud-based components. And so hope you got some idea now what exactly data science is. And why do you choose us for your training requirements? Because number one, we care you. Yes, all these years of our training services, we came to know very clearly how to care our participant and how to ensure on-time practice. Required, very much required for our course. The trainings are completely real-time and practical. Basic to advanced level will be starting right from the very basics, right from the scratch. Weekly revision, FAQs, including the old to new, legacy file, older files to real-time data operations, small to big. Visuals, interactive visuals, and highly informative examples with deep learning and other artificial intelligence algorithms. Notes, material, resume, and exams, including mock interviews, are part of our course. And every module, right from TSQL, Power BI, every module, Python, or every module includes real-time projects, individual real-time projects. And who can join this course? Well, no prerequisites. We shall be starting our course right from the very basics. So no prerequisites, but 1 to 3 hours of practice required per day. Mandatory friends. And we need to submit our tasks on time. And key takeaways. Real-time implementation methodologies. Project solutions end to end. Course completion certificate from SQL School and resume, interview questions with answers. We'll be taking it. Step-by-step operations. And further, the course also includes Microsoft Data Science Virtual Machines. The virtual machine access for our actual lab. And coming to schedules finally, well, here it is. For each module, we got individual schedules. And for module 1 and module 2, I would be the trainer, Mr. Sai. And well, the start dates would be, I'll just make sure I remove that one. The start dates would be updated on the website on a timely basis. They'll be updated on our website on a timely basis. And next, for module 4 and 5, we already have a trainer ready and we are still working seriously on the course curriculum. And we request you to plan for Plan A. Plan A data science includes these 3 components: SQL, TSQL, and Power BI with Excel. I mean module 1 and module 2. You can also plan for individual modules, whichever you wanted, like Python or any other module. Now, with this information, and sorry for the typo here, it should be 5 weeks. With this information, you can reach us anytime, 24/7, on our Indian number or US number. And every session would be for about 1.5 hours, 1 hour 15 minutes to 1 hour 30 minutes, Monday to Saturday. And we do provide weekends. We got 2 schedules for weekends, one for Python, one for Power BI. They are fixed and standard schedules. Because we do work with multiple corporate companies, and the schedules we provide should be carefully set in such a way they plan their timelines accordingly. So these are the fixed schedules. And yes, all our trainings are completely real-time and practical. Now, with this information, again, our course includes one-to-one mock interviews, resume guidance, and placement support. And we provide different modes of training operations. And on my screen now. Yes, friends, please be informed. We operate 24/7, and you can contact us anytime for your doubts, clarifications, or support activities. Either our US number or Indian number, anytime, you're always welcome for clarifications. So we got 3 training modes as you see on my screen: live online training, interactive, doubts, clarifications, in-house classroom training, face-to-face interaction. And either live online training or classroom training, or even the on-demand video training, accessing the pre-recorded videos from the latest batches at our own pace, enjoying the same benefits to that of live online and classroom training participants, like virtual lab, databases, sample data, visualizations, mock interviews, and resume guidance. We'll make sure you'll enjoy the course, the learning process. Only thing, friends, we need to practice on time. Very much required. With this information, once again, this is Sai Fanindra from SQL School, and you can reach us anytime for your doubts and clarifications, anytime. With this, I'll stop for now, and please make sure we understand that at least 1 hour to 2 hours practice mandatory per day to join our data science course. With this, we'll stop for now. Thank you very much, friends. Have a nice time. See you soon in our class. Thank you very much.